Hello Excel champions, it's William aka Dr. Excel. Today I'm going to show you how to compare two columns and find the duplicates between the two columns. For example, here we have a list of, for example, a list of customers of one store and of store A, a list of customers of store B, and Paul is a customer of both stores, so we want to highlight it, we want to detect it automatically. So I'm going to give you the final file. The file with all the formula and everything is going to be right below the video. I'm going to put the link for you so you can download it and follow with me how it works and how it is built. So there's basically two ways we're gonna work on this. First is to highlight it. We're going to highlight duplicates. For example, we're going to highlight Paul here, and we're also going to make a formula which is going to tell us if Paul is customer of both stores, is in both lists. So first, real easy, it's you select everything, each list, both lists, and you're going to highlight the duplicates. So you're going to go into Home, Conditional Formatting, highlight duplicates, and it's going, so then you can choose the format you prefer, and it's going to give you all the duplicates. So this is going to work if your list here are unique, if this list is a unique list of customers. Why? Because it's going to detect if there's a duplicate in the combination of both lists. But if this list is not unique, for example, let's say that instead of Lucy we have Alice. So here we're gonna have Alice twice. Actually, she's only a customer of the store A, but since she's found twice here, she's gonna appear as a duplicate. So either you can select everything and take conditional formatting duplicate, but you're gonna make sure that it's a unique list. Another way you can do it, and it's gonna work even if it's not a unique list, the rule that we're going to apply for the conditional formatting is going to be a bit different. So I'm going to clear all the rules for the selected cells, and here what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a conditional formatting as well. Actually, we're going to use the formula for the conditional formatting, so it's better that I show you the formula before. So I'm going to insert a column here, and basically we want to know if we want to know how many times does Paul appear in the list B, so in this column. So we're going to use countif I. So in the column I have what? I have this one here. I have Paul, and it's going to tell me 1. I do have Paul here, and I'm going to scroll everything, and here it's going to give me the number of times that I find each person in the other list. So it's going to tell me if it's 1, if it's bigger than 0, it means that it's a duplicate. If it's 0, it means that the customer is only present on that list. So what I'm going to do, if I want to detect a duplicate, so I'm going to say also in B. So I want to check if this value, the number of times I find Paul in this column, is this bigger than 0, greater than 0 strictly. And if I scroll, it's going to tell it's true for these 3, Paul, Mike, and Lisa, and wrong for the other one, for Alice. And here you see that Alice, even if she's twice in the list A, she's not in B, so it's going to work. And it's the same for this one. So we're going to say also in A, and the formula is going to be countif. I count in the column H, I count in list A if I find Bob, and I want to know if I found if this value is greater than 0. And what we're going to see here is that it's true only for Paul, that I find where's Paul here, and Lisa and Lucy, no, and Mike that are here. Okay, so that's the formula we're going to use. So that's the formula that you can use if you want to make a computation, or if you want to really reuse this information, the duplicate information somewhere else in your sheet. If you just want to highlight it, we're going to use conditional formatting like this, but based on these formulas. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the formula. So here I'm going to select this formula, which applies to this cell, and be careful, it's very important which cell you select when you apply a conditional formatting rule, because when I enter the formula, basically we have to make sure that this formula applies to this cell. You know, if I select this cell, it's gonna apply the format based on this formula. It's a bit tricky. You have to make sure, because you have to make sure that the references are correct. So here, long story short, I must see if I select this formula written in regards to H2, I have to make sure that I select H2 to begin entering the format. So conditional formatting, I'm gonna use a new rule based on a formula. That's the last one, and the formula that we're going to use is this. So it's gonna set some format if the formula is true, and the format we're gonna use, we're gonna make something simple. We're gonna put it in yellow. Okay, and here we see that, okay, it's correct. It highlights the same 3 here, and same for the second column. So here I'm gonna select this formula, and I have to make sure that I start entering the conditional formatting by selecting this cell, to make sure that we have that both the formula and the format begin at the same row number 2. And here same thing, new rule formula, this formula, and we're gonna put I think it's this yellow I used. Okay, and we see that it's the same. I have yellow if I have true, or another way we could have put it is put yellow in the cell if we find it true in the column right besides the column A or B, but it depends if you already have the formula computed here or not. So that's a bit up to you. So yeah, that's the 2 ways you can compare easily the duplicates in both lists. Either you use directly a conditional formatting, or you use a formula. Depends on what you want to check. You can download the file right below the video. I'm going to put the link for you so you can reuse it and check the formulas. And I will see you tomorrow for a new Excel tip. Don't forget to subscribe. This way you'll get notified as soon as I publish it. See you tomorrow, champions. Ciao.